past 2 months, a dozen Needham residents gathered at the Center at the Heights to learn about the responsibilities of various police officers and how local enforcement operates. This is the first Citizens Academy hosted by the Needham Police Department. The goal was to help strengthen relationships and communication between community members and the police department. Municipal producer Yu Xiaoyuan also attended the course, and here is her report on the 6-week workshop.
At the last class on November 17th, participants of the Citizens Academy received their certificates of completion, an acknowledgement of their time devoted to learning policies and procedures behind the scenes of the daily operations of law enforcement. Some residents came with concerns over policing policies raised by George Floyd's death and the ensuing nationwide protests.
Instead of being angry about what I'm seeing on TV without much understanding, I can go and firsthand get educated by the law enforcement in my own town to see how it compares to what I'm seeing on TV.
Some participants wanted to help spread the word about available resources provided by the Needham Police Department.
Just an opportunity to know more, to learn more, and to be able to maybe answer questions or advocate or ask some questions and be in the know about what's going on in my town.
During the 6 weeks, participants met a variety of officers who presented on a range of topics, including use of force, criminal law and procedure, crime scene investigation, community resources, and the regional SWAT unit.
I did not know that the Needham Police Department was so involved with the community. The way that they really reach out to citizens, try to have one-on-one interactions with people.
De-escalating and non-lethal force and the community outreach and really having a specific officer for mental health issues and meeting the juvenile officers and just all the real community-based support that you would hope for, that you see people advocating for and wanting police forces to change to be like this, essentially. And I was surprised that it exists here already.
I very much like the in-depth conversation about the nitty-gritty details, about the detective work, about the gear that we've seen today.
The workshop also featured a simulation program called Milo, which allows participants to see how they would respond to a tense situation that a police officer might face. Milo plays an important role in the police de-escalation training. The simulator puts people through different scenarios, and the person controlling it can change the outcome of each situation based on how an officer reacts.
That was stressful, and I quickly realized how much of a job this is. There's so much that you need to know to be an officer and deal with these things. Like, it's not just a physical thing or knowing how to use equipment and weapons. There's a certain intelligence, there's a certain knowledge of the law, which is always changing, how to deal with people. There's how to deal with lots of different types of people.
While many participants said the workshop exceeded their expectations, some wanted to learn more about the state's police reform bill.
I would love some follow-up on, specifically what that reform is, how it's being implemented, and what that means for Needham.
A series that includes all the demonstrations presented at the Citizens Academy will soon be available on our channels and website. For the Needham Channel News, I'm Yu Xiaoyuan.